welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Hey everyone, Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, owner of QuitYourselfFirst.com, and founder of Team Power Blast. Welcome to another show, I guess. There's been a kind of a topic of discussion over the past few months that actually over the past decade that I have been working out, conversations have happened over time, or things that I've kind of realized, and it has to do with support for getting the workout program. Let me roll up here. And I'm talking about, you got to get support and get on the message boards and things like that. What I'm talking about is support from your friends and family when it comes to working out. And many times when you get this crazy idea to go and get a healthy lifestyle going, you want to work out and you want to get fit and you want to get healthy, and maybe your family and your friends aren't ready for you to do that. And so getting support from them may seem, at least initially, like a challenge. They're not used to you wanting to do that. So when you go to make these changes in your life, here's just a few tips and things that I've come across that I think work really well for people. One is to keep that line of communication open especially with your significant other or spouse. I know it's very easy to kind of, this is the way I was. I would kind of want to work out on my own secretly, see if I can make the changes, and that way I'm not setting myself up for failure and nobody can point the finger and say, hey, see, it didn't work. So I did that, but I found that when I shared with somebody else what it was that I wanted to accomplish, my why, and because it gets rid of suspicions that people have. Oh my gosh, why are they doing this change? What's going on? What's going wrong? Anything like that. It can help ease that pressure for people, and so people can get really defensive and angry that thinking that you're going to try and force them to be healthy and fit, or you're going to totally change the family dynamic, or maybe there's something going on outside of their life, and what's happening? Am I going to be losing this person? So what you really need to do is just have that heart-to-heart talk. What is it? What is your why? Is it you really are tired of gaining weight and you want to cut back and be more healthy and fit, and it'll make you feel better about yourself, and you'll be a much happier person to be around in the house. And you might get some people that'll say, oh, you're always happy. But it's very good to get it out and say, you know what? I pretend I'm happy, but I'm not happy with where I'm at with this, and I will be happier achieving these goals. Or if you wanted to get off of weight, some sort of medication, or it's wanting to avoid pre-diabetes or diabetes, or whatever the reason is, and let them know that you care about yourself and your health, and you really want to turn things around. What you've been doing maybe hasn't been working. But include them. I would love it if you would join me, but I totally understand if you're not ready yet at all. It's best to not try and force and pressure the rest of the family to join your bandwagon at the moment. Lead by example. If they jump in right away and they're like, oh, I'm for it. Oh my gosh, you want to do this? That's awesome. There's a lot of people out there really getting great support. And telling friends and coworkers and family, and they're rooting you on to the end. But if you're not getting that, and it's been a struggle, that line of communication is one thing. Now, for some of you out there, you may have those situations where people are like, you know what, you've tried 5 or 6 other things in the past, they've never worked, you're going to fail again, why do it? Or they'll try and sabotage your meals and tempt you with other things to kind of prove their point, or put you down. And sometimes you have to question, who are you hanging around? You know, should you be around those people? Now, obviously, if you've got your family around and they're doing that, well, you don't have necessarily that choice. But you know, one of the things is you really got to dig deep into what it is. What is your why, and what is at the heart of your core reason for doing this? Write it down, recite it in your head, speak it out loud, whatever. What is it that's going to keep you in that mission and keep you on track? Because nobody can take that away from you. And the only one that can really motivate you is you. It does help to have support. I will say that time and time again. That's really awesome. And you know, some of the things that I've found, when people can't get the support in and around their family or from their friends, or maybe they just want some additional ones, they'll turn to an online support group like we've got with our challenges. We've got these online Facebook challenges that we do. We've got one starting in August called the Go For It group. It's a bunch of people, and it's uplifting, and it's motivating, and it's inspiring, and it gets people accountable, and it's just that needed boost of support and charge that maybe you aren't getting in your surroundings that can make all the difference. You know, if you're doing a Beachbody workout program, the Beachbody message boards is filled with a lot of people, a lot of support there. So you can go online and you know, you can be in your own world there to get the results and to meet that why of what you want to do. There are local groups, or there might be local groups depending on where you live, using meetup.com or something like that. And maybe they meet once a week, or maybe there's a fit club going on in your area. Just those like-minded people that can help you through. So, you know, when it comes to support, don't look at it as like, oh my gosh, I'm going to give up. Everybody says I'm going to fail, and they're probably right. I had that initially too. I didn't have people saying anything because I kept kind of things secret until I started getting the results, and I was just like, hey, dang, you know, people were noticing, and it was really awesome. But I would lurk online, and I would look at these support groups, and that gave me some extra motivation when I'd see somebody post their results. I'm like, I can do that, you know, and I would go for it. But one of the things, you know, with my first wife, what happened was she came to me one day and she's like, why are you making all these changes? Why are you going through and doing all this fitness work and changing your clothes and cutting your hair and all this stuff? And she was worried. I didn't keep that line of communication open of how I was feeling internally. And she could have turned around and said, but you're always happy. You always seem good. Why do you need to change? I needed to change for me to help strengthen and build our relationship. I just was, because I was doing it on my own, it wasn't making the relationship too healthy, and it was creating suspicion. So learn from some of the things that I've done. Keep the line of communication open. Know your why. Share with people. Try to get the support of other people. You'll get those friends, and if you can't get it, get online, join one of our challenge groups, and you'll be rocking it and getting the results. And hey, leading by example, you may have people that start to join you in time. Might not be right away, but you setting the bar and the goal can really open a lot of eyes for people that say, you know what, if you can do it, I can do it too. So remember, never too late. We'll see you next week.